Hello, everybody, and welcome to the finale of Gold Rush, Part 28 of our Weird West 4th Edition campaign. My phone is yelling at me because that's how the Twitch mobile app works now, and it's bad and it's dumb, but you want to know it's not bad and dumb. Today is June 16th, 2025, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audiocasts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to again join us at patreon.com/indooradventures. But let's say you already support us on Patreon. You already support us on YouTube and Twitch and all of those other wonderful spaces, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Well, guess what, Acorns? I got your back, quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We even have face masks that double as a cat toy with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf1201, where all of the proceeds of all of our merch currently goes to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Again, that is indooradventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. So hey, RJ, that's enough of my spiel. Who you playing today?
I don't know who I am and where I am. Hey everybody, I'm RJ. Today I'm playing Kid, the Genasi Sword Mage. We're both going by he, they these days, and yeah.
Hello, I'm LBHackEmUp. This is Simon the Cat. Oh no, one of the beads is gone. Oh, it's okay. And I'm playing Trisannas. I go by she, her. Trisannas, the Wild and Seeker, goes by she, they.
Boy, I'm Cyber. I use he or whatever pronouns. I play Rakel. Rakel is a human shaman who goes by she, her.
And I'm the Indoor Adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be playing as Carruthers Edelweiss, he, him, human ranger, so far still alive, and you know what? That's the part that counts.
So far, so good. Hey everybody, I'm Wings, your DM for tonight, she, her. Let's get right back into it with the recap. Last time, expecting a fight, the posse ventured cautiously into Joe's mine. They found evidence of a mining crew, but the mine seemed largely empty, save for an enormous birdcage. After examining the birdcage, they determined that all the wanted posters Joe sent out used to be canaries, and all the canaries used to be people. Stinger. Kid tried to turn the canary back into a person, but it seemingly triggered an earthquake and the posse was separated. They each awakened to find themselves in a strange place with strange powers, not realizing that the cause of their surroundings was the law of their friends. After some confusion, they reunited. However, Triss found herself in a trance, extending herself deep into the Palisade Mountains, where she found a dwarf mining a long tunnel back toward the Ramble. He flashed her projection a golden smile and introduced himself as Joe. As you'll recall, LB, Triss had become a forest, essentially, and had extended a route deep into the Palisades, into what turned out to be a mining tunnel. At the end of this tunnel, there was a dwarf, which you were able to see because you put up a little flower with an eyeball in the center. And he turned around and he, seemed ready to, put a pickaxe into this eyeball, as he had done before. But then he realized that there's somebody on the other end of that thing, and actually started to, speak to you. So he kind of, crouches down. He's very handsome for a dwarf, honestly. You could probably mistake him for just a slightly shorter human that's really stocky.
What is that supposed to mean? No,
I mean, I
There's some
guess
stout
not.
dudes.
What it means is that he's taller than your average dwarf.
Ah. He's been drinking the Ent water
I realize now that, like, saying that he's very handsome for a dwarf, he almost looks human, was probably not the best way to word it.
So insensitive tonight.
Exactly in that
It's a
order.
fictional race of dwarves.
Yeah, totally
Thanks.
reflected pretty poorly.
Danae
Thanks.
said, what'd be really fun is for our finale if we get canceled.
Dear God, I've been trying so hard.
Tris, so I can see him with my root.
Yes, you've put up a little flower with an eyeball in the center.
Right. Creepy.
So, like, I mean, like, it's less an eyeball and more like an optical sensor.
Yeah.
So
I've seen that
guessing
episode of Doctor Who.
you could probably see in like black and white, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, it's got photoreceptors. So
Okay. It blinks as can I try and find my friends also?
they are technically surrounding you right now. It's just that your attention has been sent down this route.
Okay. I will say to those around. Do you mean like metaphorically around me, or are they literally standing around me?
They are physically standing around
Okay.
you. Everyone has reunited. Yeah, Rakel, Ruth, and Kid, and Cook are all standing around you right now, but like several, like maybe even miles away, like from where your route has extended to.
Triss will speak to the group and say, "Well, I think I found Mr. Joe. He seems to be quite a ways away, mining in the mines. Was there anything I should say to him?"
I got nothing.
Mr. Tooth,
When you bring your attention back to the place that he was before, he has disappeared.
Well, I have lost sight of him, or feel, or I'm not quite sure what's happening with my body right now. I'm going through some sort of metamorphosis, but
You feel a tap on that route, like much further up the route, like very, like the distance is more than a person should be able to like cross. It's closer to you, no longer down in that tunnel, but it's just higher up the route. You feel a tap, like almost like a tap on your shoulder.
I see. Yes, Mr. Tooth?
I reckon that you're here for the reward, right?
Yes, the reward. What was it?
I was going to say, if you can, tell them that we have the sheriff badges.
Well,
Yeah,
don't
we
just
have-
stand in the door. Come on in. And you feel like a tug on your essence. Like, it's almost like he's reached out and grabbed your hand and is like pulling you physically through a door, but it's like kind of happening metaphysically through the route using your consciousness.
Oh, that is odd. Please
Like,
follow me.
do you allow this or do you resist?
I look towards the rest of the group, shall we?
What's happening now?
He has taken me to him.
Oh, great, lovely.
Can he take all of us there?
I assume it's a. Oh,
I feel like there's not enough time to discuss this. Like, it is happening.
I'll
just grab
reach out
onto
a hand.
Tree.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Let's form a daisy chain.
Yeah, do like a paper doll of.
Yeah.
You are pulled from this route, and this experience is very strange for the rest of you. There's like a crackling and a rustling of leaves, and then just like a very quick, wet, rough sensation as you are transported through the roots of Triss's forest. And you pop out somewhere dimly lit, but cavernous.
Raquel sneezes very loud.
And there is just a spray of gold dust. And Rakel, like, when you get finished with this sneeze, and you peel your allergic eyes open, you are met with a sight of despair as there are piles of gold surrounding you.
Can I
I
dust
see.
the allergens that are currently accosting Rakel?
It's the
Sure.
dust that's the problem.
Okay, yeah. Kid, you can
Just
like,
siphon it up.
yeah, sort of genasi like air, like you create sort of a vacuum that like sucks all of the air towards your hand, and then like you absorb that dust real quick.
Just form it into a lump and then just drop it onto the pile of treasure. Like, what's one more drop in the bucket, right?
There's that shimmering noise of law being manipulated. And you see this tall, muscled, gray-haired, sort of silver fox kind of dwarf is lawing himself up a chair and a clipboard. He sits down, just sort of crosses one foot, and like looks down at the clipboard, like manifests some readers and puts them on. He says, "All right, let's get this started. Tell me about yourself. What's your name?"
You handsome devil.
He kind of like squints at you for a second, like clearly like not recognizing you.
CH has treated you far better than it has me.
Ruthless?
Name's
Ruthless
Carruthers
Edelweiss, is that
Edelweiss.
you?
In
I
the
guess you're not-
flesh?
Not so ruthless anymore, but, well, considering the current circumstances, that may have changed. He's gonna, like, push his readers back up, and, like, mark something on his clipboard, and he's gonna sort of, like, stand up, just sort of, like, put his hands on his hips, look at you very seriously, and he says, "Well, am I gonna get a hug or what?"
That depends. Are you going to kill me?
Do I have a reason to kill you?
Not that I'm aware of, but, you know, it's been a little while. I also would like, I'd like to think Ruth is short for a human. Joe is tall for a dwarf.
You guys are identically,
Yeah.
like, sized.
Ruth will give him a hug.
All right. Warm, strong, very, like, genuinely happy to see you, it seems.
Kid is like popping up over Ruth's shoulder. Sorry, Mr. Goldtooth Joe. Could I get your autograph, please? It's like a water poster.
Oh, sure thing, son. What's your name?
Kid.
He, like, starts signing. He starts signing the wanted poster.
Number
he's
one fan.
Gosh, what would Goldtooth Joe write as an autograph? He like
Stay
manifests
golden.
like a pen. Yeah, sure.
Not for resale.
Not for resale.
He manifests himself like a golden ballpoint pen. He like does a quick autograph, like it's a very practiced flourish, and he hands it back to you. Yeah, sure enough, it says, "To kids, stay golden, Goldtooth Joe," and it's like written in the exact same golden ink that the letter was that he had sent out.
Just gonna scroll, pop that in the case. Thank you.
Oh, now where are my manners? I'm sorry. Here, hold on. Take a seat. And he, like, manifests a few chairs for the rest of you. It's, like, cushiony, like, sort of, like, leather chairs you would normally find in an office. And you find him seated back in his chair again with his clipboard. What are y'all's names? Tell me a little about yourself.
Kid's picked up his chair and he's just looking at Joe. Where to? He said, "Take a seat." Where to?
Oh, right there, son. You can just park your keister.
Plop, plop.
You hear him start writing something on his clipboard.
Well,
thinking.
My name is Trisannas.
Trisannas, and what would you say is your biggest weakness?
Well, that is a quite personal question, and I don't know you that well.
Oh, well, we ought to get to know each other better if we're going to be working together.
All right, then what the fuck is your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness is that I care too much.
Some say I work a little too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now I've used that answer. You can't use it.
What do you mean working together?
Well, I find myself without any deputies. I figure you'd be the best to fill the position. Now, what are your biggest strengths?
Not working with humanoids.
Oh, that could be a conflict of interest. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I was hoping here with the rest of my people. Is this an interview?
Oh, was that not clear? Sorry,
I'm sorry, I'm not
it's been a while since I actually talked to anybody. I probably should have planned this out a bit better.
I already have a position. Thank you.
Do you tend to plan out your conversations with people you haven't met?
Well, not normally. I'm usually a very charismatic fella. I kind of wing things for the most part. But like I said, a bit rusty out of practice. It's been literal years since I've seen another person. Anyway, when you interrupted me, I was actually busy trying to dig my way through the Palisades. I figured, on the off chance if nobody came, well, I'd get through eventually.
Well, we are here, Ruthie, to
Start talking.
I told you once.
I would like to go home.
We can't hear you.
I told
Sorry.
you once.
It took us a while to hear
okay.
what you... Okay.
Yeah. No, Joe, I told you once before, and I'll say it again. I'm not going to be part of your deputies. Not again. Not anymore.
Oh, really? I thought that you'd changed your mind.
Nope. Didn't even say in your letter that was what all this was about. That is false pretenses. That's not good leadership.
Oh, well, I guess I'm one to change my mind as well.
Joe. It pains me to say this, but we got to put a stop to you.
He just smiles at you like he doesn't understand what you're saying.
Times have changed. People have changed. There are already systems in place on the other side of the Palisades. We're antiques. Items of legacy. Outdated. People don't need people like us anymore.
I reckon you can speak for yourself there, Ruth. I still got plenty left in me to offer the rest of the world.
And that's...
Well, if that's how you feel. How about the rest of you?
What are you offering the rest of the world?
Structure. Protection. Order. You've been all across the Ramble, I assume. You've seen how crazy it is out there. People need somebody to keep it together.
It seems like most of the craziness has been caused by people who want to keep everything together.
Yeah, my old deputies. Well, it's a shame what happened to them. A shame how they turned out. Should have seen it coming. We'll do better next time. Speaking of which, it seems here, he manifests a wanted poster in front of him. A familiar one, the one that you've been carrying with you all this time. Seems here, well, there's still one of them out there. If you're going to be working with me, we got to tie up some loose ends.
You're still assuming that we're gonna be working with you.
Well, is that not what all this was for? Come all the way out, past the Palisades, down to the Gold Coast, dig me out of this here tomb, and what, you don't want my gold? And he, like, just sort of, like, spreads his hands and, like, refers to the horde surrounding you.
Ruth, what do you want to do?
I just want to
'Cause
give you what I promised.
I
And you can. We can do this the easy way or the hard way, Joe. You can either give it all up, right here, right now, like you said you would in your letter, or you can keep trying to convince us to be your deputies, and it'll turn out exactly the way your last set of deputies turned out. Either way.
Trying to be kinda.
He kind of, like, looks at you like he's trying to, like, read something off of you that he doesn't really get. And then he, like, seems to come to some sort of realization. He's all like, okay. Yeah. Now, they got to you too, huh, Ruthie?
The only thing they got to me was reason, Joe. Something you seem to be lacking.
Reason? Reason? I'll give you some reason. I'll give you a reason to see things my way. You want the gold? You can have it. And he just sort of snaps his fingers, and you can see the gold piles begin to shift. And something feels wrong. This is the closest explanation that I can give because I felt it very recently. It's like when all of the caffeine hits at once, like the craziest, like, sugar rush. As you realize that he's shifting the ownership of this gold hoard from himself only to everyone in the room. And last episode, you all got a taste of what it was like to have a territory in the vein of one of the deputies of the Compass Roves, and you begin to feel that way again. And as you're, like, trying to prevent yourselves from, like, literally dusting the people around you, or causing chaos in your own unique way, you also see that he begins to create effigies of the Compass Roves from before out of these piles of gold. And he takes a few steps back to put them between you and himself, and he says, I'll show you exactly what it's like to wield power like mine. And we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
Huh?
Somewhere off in the distance, a tree is struck by lightning. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Okay, I got it back.
Can we
Yeah, I'm gonna move you to the,
Yeah.
let me move you there. There we go.
Oh.
Welcome to the Horde. you might find that this map is pretty large, so I would recommend being zoomed out to a zoom level of 60, thereabouts. And let me know, you guys can see all of the auras on you, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so here's how this works. I'm just gonna grab Ruth, for example. I have shared the rules for these auras. Each of you has a unique effect that your auras do, and they affect all creatures. In addition, they're like the rules list exactly how you can expand those auras. You can expand them either by 1 or by 2, and you're essentially just taking gold from Goldtooth Joe's hoard. There's a list of benefits for taking. You will also notice that reducing your auras is harder than expanding them, so just keep that in mind. The follow-up is that when you get to level 3 in your aura, a second effect will take place, which is to say a second aura will begin. So looking at Ruth, this is what a level 3 aura looks like. You'll notice that there's a darker square in the center, and that's where his second effect of his it's listed in the rules as his second aura. So that's what that looks like. Just so you know. And these can infinitely expand, theoretically.
Hooray!
I don't know, let's get silly with it.
I can already see the silly gears turning in RJ's brain.
Are you afraid? You probably should be.
Real quick, should we... oh, is it... This will be our first encounter for this session, right?
Yes. Go ahead and take an action point, because you guys have had a couple of encounters since the beginning of the day. If your hit points are not at max, they should be. And if your encounter powers should be refreshed as well. Is there anything else that we need before we get into this?
Where's that squirmy vamp? There he is. I'm going after him first. I'm gonna pick on him. And the compass robes are gonna let me. Watch.
Oh, bless. Well, okay then. Let me just make that a little bit taller for me so I can see who's up next. Yes, everybody appears to be in the initiative. Things are looking good. All right. Goldtooth Joe pulls out a pickaxe, as that appears to be his weapon of choice. And oh wow, look who is at the top of the initiative. None other than Baron von Ferrum himself.
You shit.
Do you actually say that?
That was RJ more than anything.
Okay, well, I mean, you do happen to be the closest guy anyhow, so... let me just make sure that I've got my stat blocks open so I know what's going on here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, okay, you can do that. RJ.
Yes.
Does your aura effect begin when they enter the aura, or if they start their turn there? It start their turn, right?
Start their turn within Kid's aura.
Okay. Baron von Ferrum runs up to Kid and explodes.
Is this a melee attack?
This is an area attack.
That's a whiff.
13 doesn't hit your well.
No.
Oh, Baron. This is embarrassing.
I'm gonna pick on him first. He runs up and explodes. What the fuck? What?
When you whiff on your ult.
Oh my god.
Kog'Maw, no!
Tyler. The Baron whiffed. Oh, well, okay. What a way to start, folks. Yeah, he explodes and he's gone. Miss Sissy.
Please run up and explode.
Sissy is going to run up to Triss and attempt an attack.
No.
LB, does a 26 hit your reflex?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. All right. She does a secondary attack. A 13 hit your fortitude?
No.
Okay, you're good.
Oh no, sorry, it meets. Yes, so yes.
It meets. Okay. You are slowed, save ends.
Okay.
And if you fail that save, there will be additional effects.
Okey-dokey.
As she runs up to you, and like the way that the deputies look here, like first of all, they're entirely made out of gold pieces, but they appear to be the way that Goldtooth remembers them being. So she's wearing a like mourning veil over her hat. She runs up and like hits you with the butt of her gun, and then she pulls up her veil and gazes upon you with her Medusa eyes. And that's the second one.
I'm going to use my Pursuit of the Hunter. Enemy moves within 2 squares of you. On its turn, I can shift up to 3 squares.
Okay.
So,
that's before the attack hits, right?
I think it's supposed to be so that I can chase them away. It says an enemy within 2 squares of you moves on its turn is the trigger, and it's a reaction. So
okay.
I suppose
it sounds pretty versatile. I think you could use it for either situations.
Okay.
But is it an immediate interrupt or an immediate reaction?
It says immediate reaction.
Okay. Well,
so
technically this would happen before the attack. So she doesn't attack you because you move away before she gets an opportunity to.
Cool.
All right.
Change.
Rakel, it is your turn.
Remind me what a close burst is.
Let me look at it real quick. A burst, I believe, comes out from you. Yes, a burst comes out from you. So what's the number on the
you, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my god.
Sorry.
What the shit was that?
I believe it was a square ruler. That's new. Look at that.
The hell?
That's cool.
That's terrifying. What you gonna do with that?
You got a wide stance, my guy.
No one's knocking you over.
Okay, I have to measure things. While I'm doing that, I would like a dog.
Okay, I've got a dog for you. Where you want it?
In this square.
Right there. Okay. Pupper.
Cool. Would you say that in this close burst 5 aura, that the creatures included, each enemy in the burst would include all of the effigies and Goldtooth Joe?
Yeah. Yes, I would.
Okay. 14 will.
Okay. Let me
Or half
just-
damage, which would be 5. Or 4 damage, which would be 10.
Uh-oh, hold on. I've made a mistake that I've made in the past. I added 10 to these defenses. Let me just quickly change those. I was all like, that's too much.
That's
That's
far
too
too
much.
much.
It's far
Right.
too much for them.
Yeah, so it's a very similar thing to what happened with the train that attacked us, where Morabek sort of uh like sort of burst from her bones and dug into her skin and just roared as I offer my War Chieftain's blessing, and then it sort of it both leaps out of her and takes a stance as the Morabek that we're familiar with, and also doesn't, like it still remains attached to her, as the Spirit Companion starts to square up against Goldtooth Joe.
Okay. Here's the bad news.
Mhm.
The deputies count as minions, and an area attack that misses a minion does not hit.
Okay.
However, let me check Goldtooth's. Did I also make his defenses wrong? Oh, that's the wrong. Yeah, his defenses are wrong too. Stand by, folks.
And just assuming that they save, they would not. My allies would not get the +2 bonus.
It says effect and not hit effect, so I think it hits it. I think that happens anyway. Because a hit effect requires it to hit. An effect just on its own means that it just happens.
Okay.
So allies have +2 bonus to hit all these dudes. A daily wouldn't screw you over like that. You usually get something off of a daily, even if it doesn't hit.
Oh, right. This isn't 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if we're in the process of fixing things, I am not showing in the initiative, but I rolled 16.4, so that's where I should be.
I
Roll
see
again.
you in the initiative. 16.4, you say?
Yes.
We can fix that.
You rolled on the other map.
I did roll on the
Yeah.
other map.
I made the period key on my numlock my mute button.
Oh, okay.
So when I hit yeah. Okay. Yes, we fixed Ruth. Defenses are fixed. So let me just check. All right, yeah. That doesn't hit anybody's will, but it will do half damage, which is
5.
something.
5. Okay.
Okay.
I would like, as a free action, to switch my aura to Morabek.
Until the end of the encounter. Dude, that's sick. Okay. Wow. Switch your aura to Morabek. All right, I can do that. If I was smart, I would have set it up so that Morabek would already have this in here. But I am a silly, so it will take me an extra second or two to do that. And then nothing. And nothing. All right, we're taking the aura off of you.
Okay. Now, if I expand the aura by 1,
Uh-huh.
does that increase the range of the aura, or does that wait until level 3?
It increases the range of the aura. So, like, right now it's an aura 1. If it's an aura 2, it would include the squares that are adjacent to the first aura.
Okay. Does Goldtooth have an aura?
Not yet.
Now, above the table, I just want to say, I've already decided that the answer to this was yes, but can Goldtooth have negative aura? Because I'm reading that he has negative aura. I got the ick from him.
Interesting. All right. I see where you're going with this. I'm willing to entertain this idea. But I will also mention, I'm fairly certain I put this in the rules. You all are not allowed to have 0 aura.
Correct.
Your minimum aura is 1. I'm okay with you intentionally striking Goldtooth Joe, like, making Goldtooth Joe's aura in the negatives. I'm cool with that. If you want to spend for it, that is allowed.
Okay.
Yeah,
One would think whatever aura he has up his sleeve is probably gonna mess us up.
Yes, I would like to expand my aura through Morbek by 1.
Okay.
And reduce Joe's aura by 1.
Okay. Dunzo.
Okay. Now,
Does your aura affect yourself? No.
creatures in Rakel's aura provoke opportunity attacks. What does that mean?
So in the way that opportunity attacks work in 4th edition is that if you move, okay. I will use your token with Morbek as an example. So normally the way that an opportunity attack would work is that if you move within any of these threatened squares, you would provoke. You can use your move action to do a shift, which is, just 1 square, and you won't provoke. The rules work the same way, but his threatened area is now the entire aura.
Okay.
Any follow-up questions?
Nope.
Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
All right. Triss, it is now your turn. Recall that all of the enemies you now have +2 to attack.
Dope. I'm going to let's see.
Oh,
shit, I
follow up? Did I keep this in? Yeah. Y'all's attacks also have a +2. Because your auras are at 1. Except for Morbek, who now has a +6, I believe, due to your daily and the level of your aura.
Would that have changed the attack versus will that Cyber did on War Chieftain's Blessing to a 16 versus will?
It would not.
No, because it came from Rakel.
All of your attacks come from Rakel.
God damn it.
But you didn't expand your aura until later.
After.
16 versus... Okay, yeah, 16 is just accounting for the +2. Let me double check the... Yeah, no, that still wouldn't have hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Good eye, though.
Triss is going to reel back and just double check that this is what I want to do.
While you're looking at that, I'm going to double check everyone's defenses and make sure I didn't do that for everybody.
I'm going to go ahead and do as I always do, and go ahead and do a rhyme. Yes, Simon, I know. I know. I'm gonna do a rhyme strike. Sorry, no, a rhyme strike. At Mr. Bluff in the corner.
Okay.
That is a 27 versus AC.
Okay.
Yes.
That is going to hit.
Okay. He is going to take 9 cold damage, and he is immobilized. Save ends. It's going to do a burst 1 centered on the target, and the zone lasts until the end of the encounter. Any creature that enters the zone takes 5 cold damage or starts its turn there. So I'll go ahead and... Why don't I pop it right on this corner here so that it goes a little bit outside. So it'll hit the bottom left corner.
Of Cirrus.
Yes.
Oh, I do this every time.
That's a nice blue line.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I want it to be a rectangle. And it looks like this, yes?
Yes.
I did mention before, Cirrus is a minion. So does this change where you want to put your daily?
No. We gotta end him
Okay.
anyways, right?
Alright, he's dead.
Hell yeah. Pokey pokey.
Okay. Anything else for you, Triss?
Well, no, I'm gonna step back a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because Miss Sissy seems to be.
I'm gonna take that snail off of you because you're not actually slowed.
Thanks.
Okay, Ruth. It's you.
All right, so first thing that I am going to do is that I am going to designate Joe as my hunter's quarry. And that seems smart. Next thing that I am going to do is I will go 1, 2, and then I'm going to attack Miss Sissy with a... let me just check here. My at will for a twin strike.
Okay.
So that is going to be a 28 versus AC.
The first one will hit, and that'll be enough to take her out.
Okay.
This is going to trigger her drop to 0. Does a 22 hit your will?
Let me just check here. Even with the +2, it does. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to increase your aura.
No.
As all of her gold that makes up her being goes immediately into your body.
Ah, disgusting.
You feel so much more powerful.
Yuck.
And that was a twin strike. That first one was enough.
Yeah, and then
to take her out. So the second one, if you do you move or?
Because I moved 2 and then attacked, and you can't break up movement, right?
No.
Okay.
But like you have a lot of moves that let you do that. Here's the thing about Twin Strike. I'm willing to let you mix and match the melee and ranged attacks.
Okay.
So if you want to do a ranged attack from here, that's totally fine. You
Yeah,
can just hit Twin Strike and we'll use the second attack on the thing.
Yeah, does a 16 hit 6 spurs?
16 hit 6 spurs. Let me double check. Versus AC?
Yeah.
It does not.
Okay. Then that's it for me.
Okay.
Or wait, hold on, because that is
Did you use
Plus
a minor
2,
action
so that would
yet?
be... Well, I have an additional aura level now, right? From killing Miss Sissy?
Yes, so it would have been a +4, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it would have been an 18.
Still wouldn't hit.
Okay, sounds good.
This is gonna get silly. Oh my god.
Well, I don't think Miss Sissy is in your aura. Do you get the bonus to creatures that are not in your aura?
When you're talking about reducing your aura?
No, I mean the first block says
No.
each character's aura has different effects on creatures within it.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures with an aura gain +2 to attack per level of aura. Is that just against creatures within the aura, or is it just
No,
get
that's
+2
just
to
in
attack?
general.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just in general. It's reflecting the gold powering you up, basically.
All right.
It's a catch-22. You know, it gives you benefits, but also, like, it could hurt your friends. Ooh.
And I am technically aura level 2, correct?
You are aura level 2
Aura
now,
level
yes.
2. Okay.
And Rakel is in your aura, but that
Yes.
could be a good thing.
Alrighty.
All right, Goldtooth. Tis he. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm down for this. He's going to step forward and attack Morabek.
I will.
He's shifting so that he's not provoking.
Okay.
25 versus AC.
Against Morbeck?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That'll hit, but I don't think 6 damage is enough to actually do damage.
Mm-mm.
However, 6 spurs as a part of this attack is going to shift and also make an attack. That will not hit, I don't
I
think.
thought he shifted 1 square.
This is
Did I s-
diagonal.
Did I move him more than that?
Mm-hmm.
There.
Yeah.
There it is. All right, that's it for him. Well, 6 spurs on his turn is going to use his special ability. He gets to shift a number of squares up to his speed, and make a melee attack against each creature he passes during the move. Alright. So he moved past Morbeck, Rakel, and Carruthers. I'm going to go ahead and
And
resolve
Joe.
each of... Well, I mean... I guess it did say each creature. I meant to say each creature he
enemy.
chooses. Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry, this is a hard game. There's a
It's-
lot
I'm
going
sorry.
on.
Big numbers. You're doing great.
I just want to bring some levity.
I
Oh,
think you're-
fuck.
I think you're very funny. Okay,
Ruthie, no.
that is a nat 20 against Ruthie. Fun story. Okay, but he didn't start his turn there. Okay, cool. Oh, I knew that this was going to get complicated. Okay, first of all, 17 versus reflex on Morbeck.
No.
Okay, 16 will not hit because you guys share defenses, right?
Correct.
Okay. And then natural 20 on Carruthers, which means that he does maximum damage. He's a minion, so it's 7.
Okay, I have a question about that. Since
Yes.
he is within my aura...
He did not start within your aura.
No, it's not that one. Because there's creatures attacked by creatures within Ruth's aura have resistance 3 to damage from the attack. And then the next one is creatures who
Right.
start their turn are considered weakened.
Hold on, sorry, let me read that again because I can't grok information that's read to me.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's okay, I was trying. Creatures attacked by creatures within Ruth's aura. Your aura does not affect you.
Oh, okay. All right, so I just take 7. That's fine.
Okay. That's 6 spurs. Kid, it's your turn.
Boy, howdy, sure is. Ruthie's got that handled, huh?
Yeah.
Sure he does.
I'm gonna move 5. Saddling up next to Morbeck. I'm gonna hit Joe
Okay.
with my vanishing blade.
Question.
Somebody had a question. Yes.
Uh,
Does he provoke? Yes.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to take it?
You must.
Okay.
Whenever you do an opportunity attack, you're just using one of your at-wills.
Mm-hmm.
20 versus reflex, kid?
24 against your reflex.
Oops.
24 versus Goldtooth Joe's reflex.
Oh my god! I knew this was coming! Holy shit! That is such a cool overlap!
RJ pays attention to mechanics.
I love this stupid game!
Did you know that I baited that attack of opportunity intentionally?
You redirect that attack of opportunity to Joe!
All my best attacks happen on other people's turns.
It hits!
Get his ass, Morbeck.
Get him!
8 damage.
Holy shit, I'm so happy. Alright. Take the rest of your turn, you motherfucker!
Minor action, I'm gonna mark him with my Aegis of Shielding. So I'm gonna give him a little blue mark, please. And then I'm going to Vanishing Blade him. Does a 20 versus AC hit? Oh no, 20...
Yes, a 20. Wait, no, it's a 22
24.
because
Morbeck
Hold on.
is 2nd level.
there's the daily that Rakel procced, and you have an aura of 1. This attack is from Kid, so it's just the aura 1. So this is a +4, a 22 will hit. Yes.
Cool. He's taking 18 points of damage. And I teleport behind him to give Morbeck flanking. Rakel, it's your turn.
Nothing personal, Kid. It is Rakel's turn. Yes.
It feels so good.
I'm so fucking happy. This is all I ever wanted.
Rakel, you are considered weakened. I'm sorry.
What does that
She's
mean?
not.
Oh.
She's not considered weakened. That is your second aura that does that.
Oh, okay.
What's that mean?
So the thing that I was showing at the beginning of the fight where I like showed the aura at level
No,
3.
I mean, what does weakened mean?
Your attacks
Oh.
do half damage.
Yeah, attacks do half damage.
But that's not you, because I'm not at that aura level yet.
Yes.
Okay.
So, the fact that you're in Ruth's aura means that you would do reduced damage anyway. So it'd be a good idea to move out of it if you want to do the maximum amount of damage that you can.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll move
Cool.
there.
Great. So you've got a +2 from the daily, and then a +4 from your aura, so that's +6. 25 versus reflex will definitely hit.
Okay. 11 damage until next turn. No one is adjacent to Morbeck, so doesn't matter.
Okay. Doing good. Anything else for you, my friend? Triss, it is now your turn. You
Yeah,
haven't
just-
started your turn in anyone's auras, so you're doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing great. This is what I do. Yeah. Let me just. I think my sheet didn't update, so I'm just going to click this. I'm not doing this because I just want to read it.
Right.
Oh, okay. No, I don't have that on my sheet.
That's wildfire shot.
Yes, yeah. My thing is it's different. It's named different, and I get confused.
Sorry, I should have gone in there and fixed that a while ago.
That's okay.
Because like we can like make it a fun name on like the actual
Yeah.
macro, but it should be consistent for you.
Does Ruthie seem like he's having problems with six spurs?
No.
Okay.
No.
I am going to no. I'm going to use my movement. I feel like I don't move that much, but I am going to use my movement to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go up here a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and use the wildfire shot on Mr. Joe, Mr. Tooth, Mr. Gold, to see what I can do. That is a 13 versus reflex. Is that +2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus-
So 15.
+4
Plus
because
4.
there's a plus. Yeah, because there's a +1 from your or +2 from your aura, and a +2 from the daily that Rakel did.
Okay, so 17 versus reflex.
Versus reflex on Goldtooth.
Yes.
Okay. No.
Okay. Half damage on a miss. So he is going to take 4 points of fire damage.
Okay. Ruth, I'm
That's it.
giving you 3 hit points back because I did read your aura incorrectly.
Okay.
All right. And then Triss is going to start looking at her gold.
It's shiny. Ruth. 'Tis your turn.
Bogey, I am going to do a twin strike against six spurs.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's
First one, yeah, the first one will hit.
okay.
And trigger his 20 versus will.
20 versus will. That will do it.
All right, you are now aura level 3.
Ah!
As you unintentionally absorb most of the compass rose.
That's fine. And then my second attack would be ranged at Joe, which now that I have 3 levels of aura, based on the player auras, it says that each character's aura, so it's +2 to attack per level of aura. I have 3 levels of
Yes.
aura.
Yeah, so now you have a +8 total.
Okay, so that's a 29 versus AC
I reckon it hits.
for 7 points of damage. And then I'm gonna go 2, 3. I'll be right over here.
Sick.
And then as a minor action, I would like to see if I can reduce my aura level by 1.
Okay. Let me double check what the rules are for that.
That is a law skill check using Arcana, Nature, or Endurance.
And you're looking for a 21.
You got it. 21!
Hey. Woo! You did it!
You didn't bust.
Nope.
Alrighty.
Blackjack!
That's pretty good because that third level was gonna proc the weakening ability.
Ruth just starts, like, he kills 6 spurs. He starts glowing. He takes a couple steps to the side, just going hot, 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 hot. and you see him like shake his leg out, and a shit ton of gold coins just shoots out as his aura level drains.
Oh, bless. Okay, Goldtooth starts his turn in Kid's aura.
D8.
We're gonna roll a D8. Now this number starts in the upper left corner
Yes.
of your aura, and then just goes in a circle. So go ahead and roll that D8 for me.
8. So
Alright. So he gets pushed to the left.
1.
Poof.
It's okay. We just shift on over next turn.
Oh, this is silly. Goldtooth. On his turn, he's got some action points he hasn't used yet. He's taken quite a beating throughout this round, and every time, he's the kind of guy that, like, you know, gets punched in the face and then smiles. Kid, you can see that there's actually like a hairline fissure beginning to run down his scalp.
Ah, shit. He's got a second form.
What are you talking about? That makes no sense. Yeah, okay.
I'll
He'll
play
do this
Final
then.
Fantasy.
Yeah. He's gonna hit you with the first one, and then he's gonna follow up with that. Okay. This one. 25 versus AC.
That's the melee.
Yes.
Bracers of escape.
Oh.
I'm gonna teleport myself over here to the left.
Okay. That's funny. So he's gonna get to shift 3 times in total.
Jesus.
So he's gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to level a revolver at Rakel.
Yeah, immediate interrupt, transposing lunge. Get your ass back here, please.
What does that immediate interrupt do?
The
Because I
immediate
believe you
interrupt.
only
What?
get so many interrupts per round.
Oh, right, because I used the bracers of escape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, Rakel. I tried.
29 versus AC, Rakel.
That's minus 12. Minus 5, sorry. On the
Okay.
damage.
24.
No, on the
versus AC.
damage.
On the
wings.
damage. Oh, on the damage, not on the attack.
Okay, question.
Yes.
What is the range of revolver? Because I don't think it's melee.
Oh, yeah. I put that in incorrectly. It would be 5.
Yeah, is that considered close? Well, this isn't will. Okay.
It's considered ranged.
Yeah, that hits.
Picking 7.
All right, 7 damage for Rakel. He's going to use an action point.
Oh,
Mhm.
shit.
And he's going to shoot at Kid with that revolver. 25 versus AC.
Oh, wait. I think this actually misses. Hope beyond hope. Load sheet, please. It misses.
Cool. Action point the second.
Oh.
He fires at you again. How about a 26 versus AC?
Meets beats.
12 damage.
Ow.
6 damage.
It's like a recursive loop of damage reduction.
That's very funny. So what this looks like is he's just like very fast, and like there's even kind of a shimmer of gold every time he like shifts in this manner using his law. And like he levels that revolver at Rakel. And what does it look like when Kid uses his mark to like reduce damage?
Oh, it's essentially him firing another, like, a bullet from where he's standing to deflect the blow just slightly from a vital.
He kind of laughs at that, and then he like turns towards you and like fires again, and yeah, like you miss, and when he fires a second time at you, that smile has like sort of like solidified into something a little more serious, and
Rakel
then
and
Rakel.
Morabek have grabbed the end of the revolver in their
Sick.
hands.
Love that. And then he like turns towards you and laughs, that same surprised, sort of delighted laugh, like he's having a great time sparring with his friends. That's it for Goldtooth. Kid, it's your turn now.
God, is it my turn?
It sure is. It feels like it's been your turn this entire time.
Does expanding my aura count as a minor action?
It's a free action, baby.
I would like to expand my aura.
How much?
By 2. So I can pick up the refresh a daily power, and I'd like to refresh my Scald's armor.
Okay.
Can I use a minor action to reduce it by 1 with a law check?
You can try.
I can try. I can cry. I'm sorry, Wings. My computer hates this map. It's a lovely map.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's probably more likely the amount of. Oh my god.
I'm good.
He has a masterful approach to this. It's more likely just the amount of monsters I have, character sheets that I've written up, because I've been deleting maps as we go. And
it could also just be the amount of like alpha channels in this particular scene.
If I had enough trust in myself, I would start deleting character sheets, but I really don't.
Does he get an attack of opportunity on me because I moved here to here?
Yes, so long as you're moving and it's not a shift. It's going to provoke from Morabek.
No, I was outside of
I don't think he was
range.
in Morbek's.
I was here.
You were in the corner there, though.
Okay. Then yeah.
Oh, can he reach me? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, I'll take it. Hit me. You don't hit me.
29?
Oh, with a ref. Whoops. Yeah, that's definitely a hit. My brain works in AC. You can't do this to me.
Oh.
Minus
Sorry.
7. Okay.
Sorry. 27.
No, that definitely hits.
7 damage.
We add additional dice to this damage. Let's see, that's a D10, right? Because you're at aura level 2, we do another D10. 5 more damage, kid.
Okay.
And can you, like, I'm gonna put you back in that corner. Can you show me that movement one more time?
Yeah.
By, like, clicking and then right-clicking?
I got it. I could do bop, bop.
Because that would also provoke from Goldtooth unless you just park yourself right there.
There. Oh yeah, you're right. I could park myself there. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Carry on.
What was I doing?
You were attacking him, I think. You refreshed your daily, remember?
Yeah, I did. Man, that'd been funny. I don't like the way he's skittering. I'm booming blading him.
Okay.
I'm at +4 and then more back, right?
Right. So yes. So it'd be a +6 to that. 21 would hit.
Yeah, for 8 thunder damage, and the next time he moves, he's taking 6.
Okay.
That max
What does it look like when you end this phase of the fight?
Oh, okay.
Like, what does your attack look like? I'll tell you what Joe looks like.
So Rakel basically has the pistol grappled in Joe's hand. Kid spins his rifle, slams it backwards, and creates a gust of wind that propels him forwards. He slams his rifle into the top of Dome's head like a pickaxe.
Okay. There is a ringing noise as you do that. Normally there's like a little bit of give when you like attack somebody made of flesh and blood. And he doesn't really react. He just kind of like stands there and like tanks it. And then like he's just sitting there sort of smiling at you. And then you watch his face crack in half. And then you watch his skin slough off of his body as he reveals that not only are his teeth made of gold, so is the rest of him.
Ruthie, what the fuck?
I told you he was powerful. I warned y'all.
All right, I gotta get rid of this version real quick. And
Then he's suddenly like large and the fucking what's it? Dark Souls 2 poison windmill fight before the Medusa.
That's
Not
where the
Covetous
layers are.
Demon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's where I hid that token.
Under the pile
There's
of gold.
a Dark Souls 2?
There it
Yeah,
is.
right?
All right. And he is marked. You still gain the +2 from the daily that Rakel used. And he's still under the effects of a booming blade, which I will indicate with this, I guess. All right. That was Kid. Anything else on your turn, sir? Oh. I haven't added him to the initiative. Hold on. I deleted him like a silly. Can you imagine if I let you guys have like several rounds of attacking him? before
That'd be
realizing
I
he
so
wasn't
mean,
gonna-
you could
You could.
I'm not that nice.
be a little
could play a little-
anticlimactic, I think, but like it wouldn't stop you.
Yeah, action point.
Yeah.
I've got those. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna hit him with my melee basic. And hope for the best. 20 yes?
Yeah.
29, 31, right? Because I'm 2,
Yep.
4, 12 damage. And if he's at full, extra 6 for 18 total.
Now that his skin has been cracked and removed, it's like somebody opened an oven door in front of you, Kid. Like there's just this wave of heat that radiates off of him. I don't remember what his initiative was, so I just rolled him
15.
again. 15. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Because he just had his turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, friend. You're always there for me. Okay,
Top of the
Rakel,
order.
it is your turn. You're
Okay,
starting your turn in Kid's
I rolled a
aura.
3.
You rolled a 3, so you're going 1, 2, straight into Morbeck. Zoop!
Into my emotional support corn syrup.
You land on top of him.
Okay. Well, he's zooming over to... he's going to zoom over to where I was.
Mm-hmm. Morbeck is?
Yeah.
So you're just going to swap spaces.
Uh-huh.
Works for me.
That's so good. Get out of here, you crazy kid.
Go on and get him.
I'm going to move... I'm actually going to park him next to Kid.
Sick. That's cool.
Morbeck, you gonna play nice? Oh.
Boof.
I'm going to park him behind Kid.
Yeah?
It's a conga line of pain. He's got melee too, so that he can actually attack over your shoulder. 13 plus
It's not 13.
6.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
13 plus
Right.
6 is 19 versus reflex. What is his reflex now? 19 hits exactly.
Oh my god.
13 damage. Kid, you have a +2 bonus to defenses in addition to what you get from your aura while you are adjacent.
Very cool, very cool.
Hit me.
Let me just double check he doesn't have anything along those lines. Right. Okay, cool. Cool. All right.
That's it.
Sick. Trisannas, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm
Hello.
Trisannas.
That's you.
Hello. So Triss is going to take some gold from her bag, and she is going to attempt to shoot at this being. Hold on. I am going to use my spectral sting for this. Just let me make sure that I'm going to do this correct. And I am going to create a freezing arrow or a ghostly arrow with this at level 13, which only costs 650 gold.
Oh, sick.
I shall put it in chat. Simon, you're making this like 10 times harder.
I'm sorry.
Why are you doing this to me? That's okay. I'm so sorry I was loud. So it is going to be a +3 to hit, +2, plus, is that it? Just +2 from me?
And then
Or somebody else.
+2 from Morabek stuff.
So this
Yeah.
is going to be a +7. to hit.
6. Oh, 7. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Which is good because I rolled an 11.
18 versus AC is what you're
yes.
saying.
Correct.
I'm so sorry to say that this misses.
Bitch. The arrow, not you.
You can always action
Okie
point
dokie.
it.
I could, and I shall. Thank you. I'm just so distracted by the boy. Let's go. Okay, that is going to be a 29 to hit.
That'll hit for sure. For sure.
Okay, it's going to do 25 points of poisoning damage. Plus,
Wow.
I'm just going to roll a d6 because typing is difficult with the boy. Well, this, I thought it'd be easier. Five. Cold damage. And he is slowed until the end of its turn.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Conjure a ghost in an unoccupied square. The ghost lasts until the end of your next turn. Any enemy that starts its turn adjacent to the ghost takes 5 damage if it ends its turn not adjacent to the ghost. And they also take a d6 extra cold damage, plus it is slowed until the end of it. Okay, so slowed. And let me grab a token for your quote-unquote ghost. Sure, why not? Because it's here. It's Rakel.
What are you doing here?
You know, a lot of things start making sense on account of The kind of game that I'm running and the kind of character I'm playing in the other game. I'm even a cowboy. This is weird. All right. That was Triss. Ruth.
Okay. So what I am going to do is move. I have movement 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then I am going to use my frenzied skirmish, which, as a special, before or after these attacks, I can move my speed without provoking opportunity attacks. So
Very cool. Very cool.
Yoink! Just pop myself right there.
Happy Pride, everybody. Happy
Precisely
Pride.
what I wanted from this.
Look
at that.
It is time for my frenzied skirmish. So, okay, quick rules question. For the player auras, you begin combat with an aura of 1. Each character's aura has a different effect based on it, but creatures within the aura gain the following: +2 to attacks per level of aura. So would
I definitely worded that incorrectly.
Okay.
Creatures who have an aura gain
Okay.
those effects.
That's what I wanted to double check on that one.
We should all
I
stand in
told
a
you I
column.
definitely worded some of these things wrong.
Okay, so that being said, that is still going to be a 23 versus AC to start.
23 will hit.
And then the second... Okay, so then the first amount is going to be... Oh my god, hold on. Because I also do have the Lethal Hunter, so whenever I deal damage, I roll an extra d8 as long as they are my quarry, which I did designate Joe as when we first got into this.
Okay.
So 1d8, so that is going to be a total of 10 points of damage. Which, if the attack hits, the target is dazed until the start of my next turn.
Wow.
And then Triflick's Blade would be for 26 versus AC, which is also going to be getting an additional 7. So that's going to be 14 points of damage from the second attack.
Okay.
And then as a minor action, I am going to try and lower my aura, which there is at least one other ally, so I get an additional +2, or the skill challenge is reduced by 2, so it'd be a 19 that I'm shooting for. Because kids in my aura? Sick.
Yes.
I failed.
Oh, just barely.
Womp womp. That's fine. I am going to use an action point to do an extra attack. That's how that works, right? I get another attack action if I use an action point?
Sure. Yes, it does. Before you do that, I need to check something.
Okay.
How much HP did he have?
Give me a moment.
Yeah, take your time.
This is where we find out he has an ability that deals 10 times our aura damage to us.
If we let him live. He's dazed right now. And slowed because I hit him with the second, but he was already slowed from LB.
This man has so many status effects on him.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Go ahead and take the attack.
Okay. And then I'm going to do my cut and run. So that is going to be 2 instances of 26 versus AC. And then that is going to be for 8 points of damage from the first attack.
Okay.
And 12 points of damage from the second attack. And then after my second attack, I'm going to shift 1, 2, 3.
Wow. Okay. Jesus, Ruth. Really went off there.
They used to call me ruthless. Every once in a while.
Do you think it's coming back out, or?
Oh yeah, Ruth at this point, I think like he's doing his best to try and get rid of the gold that is on him, but he'd be lying if he said it didn't feel good to be a jittery old man.
Okay. At the beginning of his turn,
Shoved into me.
he is shoved. It's 2, right?
Yeah. So it's...
Well, he would technically be shoved into. He can't go through. Okay, yeah, he's shoved into you. And also he's going to take the damage from the ghost. At the beginning of his turn, his aura grows by 2.
Wait, does that proc?
Let's just make it black, I guess.
And moves away during that.
All right, that's Joe's aura.
So his aura grew by 2.
It should only grow by 1 because it was -1 before, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Enemies that end their turn in his aura take 5 damage, and then they can take no actions until the start of their next turn. Is that correct? That makes no sense. If you end your turn there, oh, you can't do any reactions. That's what that means. Okay, cool.
Now,
So like, if you end your turn, you're not going to be doing actions anyway. They're talking about triggered actions.
My brother in
Cool.
Christ, you made the sandwich.
Cool. I didn't make this sandwich. This one's the stat blocks are D&D.
You know,
All of the aura bullshit, that's all me. I'll take that one.
what kind of action was that?
It was not an action.
Oh, okay,
It's
never mind.
aura.
Okay.
It just happens automatically.
I have. Oh God. what
Okay.
was it?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. He can use that. He won't be able to move. Maybe. Actually, I need to see what this actually does first.
Daze.
Yes, dazed means that he can only take 1 action.
Yes.
That is all I will do.
Who's he hitting?
Did I write this incorrectly? This is
Slowed,
supposed to be
his
a
speed becomes 2.
He's also dazed.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's gonna attack, he's not gonna be moving anyway. Unless he has an attack that gives him a movement. But he does have a double attack, which was not written down here. I didn't write it down as a macro is the issue. Let it be known, I am using only 1 action with this.
Okay.
So this is the first part. It's a double attack. The first part is going to be for Kid. 20 versus AC.
Wait. So for the first one, haha, funny man, because it's a melee attack. Scald's armor onto Joe.
I don't know if you can.
We've ruled it that way before.
Yeah.
Did you use your daily to refresh the Scald's armor?
Mm-hmm.
You're so silly. Okay.
I
Okay, wise
literally
guy.
said I'm gonna draw gold to recharge my Scald's armor.
Okay, wise guy. Okay. Basically what he does is that he sticks his superheated pickaxe into the gold underneath him. It melts and hisses and steams. And he does a cute little twirl and lobs it at you. How do you redirect it back into his face?
Before he even lobs it, you just see Kid raise his rifle and shoot Joe mid-spin.
Okay. Works for me.
Just like, what are you doing right
one
now?
repost.
Yeah. Ah, shit, I've run out of silver bullets.
You shoot him mid-spin, and that lob of molten metal just goes flying off into the distance. His head snaps back, and like the sound of that gunshot echoes through the cave. And there's sort of a moment where you feel like, oh shit, I've just killed this man. And then you feel the ground begin to rumble. And his head's still thrown back. He starts to laugh, like, oh, I see. We're gonna have to get serious.
All right. Before that, do you have like a 4th phase? Because I'm running out of spells and shit.
The ground tears asunder. The gold falls around you. And you are all enveloped in this heat that rises up from below. And that falling feeling is replaced by that falling feeling is replaced by like the feeling of going rapidly up on a roller coaster. Do you know what I mean? Like you're getting like pushed down and also like thrust upward at the same time. And when that feeling ends, you are surrounded by cool air, and you begin to hear the sound of wind in your ears. And you hear somewhat distantly Joe's voice beginning to become louder and deeper. And he says, I tried to give you a gift. I'm taking it back. And when you open your eyes, you realize that you are in free fall above the Palisades. And that is where we're going to go on break.
So we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go to a place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you all shortly. All right, everybody. See you soon. And we're back.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
I can't wake up.
Save me.
Oh no, they did it. Save me!
Save me.
Wow, you did it.
Congratulations.
I don't know what to say. I wish I had a bouquet of flowers so I could just like hold it and just like do a fucking...
God, if I had some more forethought, that'd been so funny to send you flowers on a random Monday.
It's all like, what's the deal with this? I legit would have thought someone died. Oh my god. Speaking of dying.
Yay.
We are in free fall. Or at least you guys are. You guys are falling high above the Palisades. The way this combat is gonna work is that you are falling. We're not going to worry about when you hit the ground. Not for now. I'll let you know if it becomes an issue. If that's something that you want to concern yourselves with, then, you know, you can do that on your own time. But in the meantime, there is in fact a giant dragon descending upon you as you are falling. So you might want to do something about that. Everybody roll initiative.
I feel like I was misled.
What in the Fafnir?
Yo.
Let's go.
Hey. I'm not last this time. Little victories.
Live to win. Oh, I feel like I need so many more songs playing. Alright, let's see. Let me refamiliarize myself with this guy's stuff. You know, why not use all of the action points right up front? That sounds like fun. He counts as bloodied for any of you guys' powers.
Oh.
Just so you know. Everyone's like conditions are refreshed. We're going into this fight fresh. So you can also use your encounter powers again.
Okay.
Encounter powers are the red ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Red one. Oh.
Gaga. Sorry, I've had a little bit too much.
Okay.
Happy Pride.
I believe Ruth is at the beginning of the initiative.
Yeah. Hey, so it is time to Ruth will just like put his arms towards his sides and he is going to charge and or rocket on over to that dragon.
A dragon who's made entirely of gold, just so you know.
Done, easy. I am going to use my refreshed encounter power to cut and run.
Okay.
So let's see it. So because this is a different Gold Tooth Joe than what we fought previously, is Morabek's gift of the +2 still upon it?
No.
Okay, sounds good. Just wanted to check.
All conditions are refreshed. I made the mistake of, everything said, like, when you switch over to new phases, make sure you clear conditions. And I was all like, well, that seems like it sucks. And then you took out my phase 2 in one round, and I was all like, that's why you do that.
So if that's the case, I would reapply my Hunter's Quarry to it, and then I'd fly on over, and the first thing I get is a natural 20 with my Battle-Crazed Hand Axe.
Yo, let's go.
Bloodied.
And he counts as bloodied.
Yay. But the Battle-Crazed Hand Axe is actually only for when I am bloodied?
Or when you're bloodied, yeah.
Oh.
Don't you know that's only...
So.
Let me double check. Battle-Crazed Hand Axe.
Oh, no, it's Rakel who has stuff that attacks bloodied creatures.
I have a +1 to attacks against bloody creatures, and also I have to suffer whenever y'all or I get bloodied.
Counter proposal. Don't you have an ability that allows you to be bloodied for one turn?
Yes,
like
but
that?
I would have had to do that instead of the additional damage one that I did. So
it will.
So when we do a crit in 4th edition, it's maximum on the dice plus your stuff.
Yes.
So it's the Battle-Crazed Hand Axe, which is a D6.
So
plus 1.
Yeah, so breakdown of damage is +4 from strength modifier, +1 from enchantment bonus.
Okay, so 11 damage then.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Triflic's blade would be 19.
To hit?
Yeah.
I don't believe that hits.
Yeah,
nope.
Didn't think that either.
19's not gonna make it, nope.
But then, so I'm gonna hit, or attack twice, and then as part of the special, after the first or second, I can shift 3 squares. So it's Ruth just like charging down, strike, and then 1, 2, 3. He's just gonna bounce off, and try and re-angle himself.
Sick. Okay. That's Ruth's turn. Trisannas, 'tis you.
It's me, the devil. Okay, sorry. I am going to use my
Oh, I have to sleep tonight, but I want to go and watch the Sonic dubs instead.
I am pretty close to this. I mean, I guess so my range is 20, which is 20 squares, right?
20 squares. Yeah, you're going to hit anything on this map.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Well, I mean, you can reach anything on this map.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and shoot from where I am and go ahead and do a I'm gonna do a spectral sting since I have not. I will also take my gold and turn it into a lightning arrow. It's I will put it in chat. I'm going to use a level 13 again. So it is going to give me additional to hit as well as additional damage.
Oh, these elemental arrows is such a smart use of the law powers.
I have so much gold. All right, so Spectral Sting. There we go. So I don't have any more additions with auras, so I just have the +3 to hit. So that is going to be a 21.
Okay.
Versus AC.
As per the skydive combat rules, you gain an additional +2 to attack because you're taking aim technically.
Aim. Yes.
So
23.
Yeah, that will in fact hit. Let me go and find that ghost again for you.
All right. So that's going to be taking
Howdy.
extra any per plus, so that's 3d6.
I got a question for you. Is this your father?
My father?
Because I can help you get vengeance against him. That's what this ghost says.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it.
she like as she's
That was a
loading up
joke
the
for me
shot,
and
he's like
Wings.
kind of like popped up like a little ghost above the rifle, and she's like, whatever makes you feel better. And then takes aim, shoots. So he's gonna take 17 poison damage.
Dang.
And then plus 12 lightning damage.
Sick. That's very cool. Okay.
Thank you. So that I've used up 1,300 so far.
Okay. The gold dragon is going to use something that is considered a close
Gold's
burst.
a conductor, right?
Sure is. It's going to use. It's going to use an action that is considered a close burst 5. Close burst 5. So that starts. Hello? Oh, I don't want it to center. I don't want it to center there. No? Yes? Don't snap to center, snap to corner. That's not quite what okay, all right. Well, I thought that this would be cool, but it's not.
either snapping to the center of the square that you're clicking on or the corner of the square that you're clicking on. So if you want it to be in, the top right square of the creature.
Snap to the center. The thing is that like then the square like ends in the middle of another square, which isn't quite what I want, but fine, whatever. Okay, so it starts here and then continues out that far. So it would hit Ruth and Kid.
The fuck's this?
What would hit Ruth and Kid?
My friend, you are fighting a dragon. What do you think it might be?
A fart?
It's
No, 2 farts.
20 versus Will.
oh
Oof, owie.
my will.
Ah.
That hits. I have 17.
That definitely hits.
He roars, and hits you with his frightful presence, and so you are stunned. That's a real saver suck, I'm not gonna lie. It's a good thing it's an encounter power.
Wait, hold on. RJ, no, you didn't roll. It's just your will. Never mind.
Yeah, my will's a 15.
Alright. Stunned. The creature can't take actions. They grant combat advantage. They can't flank. It falls if it is flying. You're already falling. That's it. And this lands until the end of the dragon's next turn, which is very, very bad news for you. It's also going to take the 5 poison damage for starting its turn next to this here. Ghost. Take that. I don't know why I'm speaking like that. That's not even her voice. It's going to spend an action point to do more things in an evil manner.
In a lizard-like fashion.
In its lizard fashion, yes. Oh, what kind of fucky wucky stuff are you gonna do now? Yeah, double attack. Sure, why not? Both of these will be for Ruth. And you're granting combat advantage. I don't believe a 15 hits either time.
No.
Aw, it's such a shame. I'll roll it. I'll use another action point. Why not?
13s again. 13s again, please. So funny.
It's like pawing at you in the air, and you're just like tumbling over yourself. 18 to hit.
18 does not hit. Have you ever tried to
It
catch
rolled-
a feather as it gently falls and it doesn't swish?
Terrible. That's very sad. Oh well. He's going to then shift 2 squares. I don't want to be next to the ghost anymore. But I also... Oh, yeah, I shift 2 squares to get away from the ghost, and then I actually have a movement because the shift was a part of my attack. Very funny. Okay. Dragon's going to position itself here. And the thing I'm about to reveal is going to alarm you.
What the fuck?
Question:
this
did that pass by my threatened space?
I didn't intend to. It's got a movement of 10, so, like, it could have circled around.
Okay.
When I say I could have, I'm going to say it did.
Okay.
Just to be clear. Okay, this square here is not what it looks like, which is to say, you are not immediately engulfed in flames. However, it is telegraphing a breath attack that will resolve at the beginning of its next turn.
Got it.
If that makes sense.
It's a Final Fantasy 14 danger zone.
Yeah.
Get out of the
it's
danger
the red
zone.
circle.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I almost forgot something. Yeah, that'll be...
So when it's a diamond, we stack, and then when it's a triangle, we have to spread to each corner of the room.
Right, okay. I was
Unless
wrong.
it's on
It's
the
not at the
fourth cycle.
beginning of its next turn. You see in the initiative, that square? Right there?
Ooh.
The square in the initiative?
Yeah.
Right after Rakel? It's going to resolve after Rakel's turn. Okay. Okay. The gold dragon ends its turn. Kid.
Stunned.
You're stunned. It sucks. It will
Save.
end. It's not a save.
I have to roll a save for the -2 penalty on attack rolls.
Oh, I see. Okay, the after effect doesn't proc until after you're done being stunned.
Okay.
Yes, but I like where your head's at. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. I'm stunned
Rakel,
until dragon.
Rakel, it is your turn.
I would like to charge the dragon.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so at least 2 squares, right?
At least 2, yep.
Right. So that was 3. I'll just proc the 2.
Okay.
I'd like my dog here.
Okay, I can get you a dog. Here's the dog. Dear Pooper.
The dragon is bloodied.
The dragon is considered bloodied, yes.
14 reflex.
A 14 does not hit.
Sorry. I did charge, right?
You did.
Oh.
So 15 reflex?
Yeah.
No, wait.
No,
14,
16.
16 reflex. Still does not hit.
Okay.
Do you have an action point you'd like to spend?
You know what? Yes, let's do that.
Sick.
That's a different number. That's a very
That-
different number.
It's a much better number. I like the looks of it better.
So, it's bloodied, which something happens because of my totem. Note that is just for crits. This is not a crit.
The bestial armor you're talking about?
No.
Oh,
Just
you're looking at the other thing.
the Blood Hunter totem is it's critical plus 1d6 damage per plus or plus 1d10 damage per plus against a bloody target, but I believe that's just for a crit.
Okay.
So it'll take 13 damage and I will get plus 2 defense because I am next to my emotional support Sweetie Pie.
Sick. Okay.
And I
I'll-
get another attack against it from the bestial armor.
Okay. I'm gonna put a token on Morabek indicating the +2. Go ahead and do that attack.
Sorry, melee basic.
That works. I believe that's a melee basic. If you clicked the melee basic button and that came up, it's because you're allowed to use it as a melee basic.
I did not.
Okay.
So it would be 16 against this AC.
Does not hit.
Okay.
Breath weapon. Oh, sorry. Is that your turn?
You know, yes, because I called my spirit companion.
Okay. Breath weapon resolves. LB 25 versus reflex. Sorry, you're muted.
Yes. Sorry, I thought
Okay.
I unmuted.
It's okay. Who among us has not hit the button and muted yourself instead of unmuting? 14 fire damage and you are slowed. Save ends.
This is a burst attack.
A blast attack.
A blast attack. That's a thing.
Yes.
Blast.
A burst
Oh,
originates.
There's a thunderstorm heading my way.
Oh. Yeah, in 4th
Yeah, that
edition
was
you get
here earlier.
blasts instead of cones.
Okie dokie. So this is not an area or a close attack?
Sorry. A blast is an area attack.
Okay. Would moving 3 squares help me in this situation?
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Why?
Like, I mean, especially if you move before it happens, that would be great.
I'm doing
Does it?
that. Yeah.
Oh, then you don't take
Same
the
thing
damage.
as before.
You dodge.
Yeah.
All right. You are not slowed, and you do not take the damage. So
Thanks.
that's much better.
Yes, that's better for me.
It is. What kind of power was that?
That was the Voyage of the Ancients. Or, sorry, Pursuit of the Hunter. That was the same thing I did before.
Right, but what kind was it? Is it an encounter or
It's an encounter, yeah.
a daily? Okay. All right.
Yes.
Sure,
Because this is a new encounter, right?
Okay. Yes, it is. At the end of this breath weapon attack, the dragon is going to telegraph the next breath weapon. At the beginning of its turn, it is going to proc where I just moved it to. Ruth, it's your turn.
I'm stunned.
Oh, you're right. That'll go away at the end of the dragon's next turn. Triss, it is you.
It's me.
It's
Sorry,
gonna be me.
It's gonna be It's June today. All right.
I've been asleep for so long.
I know. So someone is in this effect, correct?
Yes. Well, okay. Ask the question again. I think I'm answering a question, and I'm not sure if I'm answering the question I think I am.
So the effect of this fireball thing, this area attack,
Yes.
is going to take place at the end of the round, right?
It will take place at the beginning of the dragon's turn.
Okay, which
It is imminent. At the end of your turn. Yes,
At the end of my
at the end of your turn, it will
Okay.
proc.
Okay. Okay. I am going to then create with magic I sure hope this hits. I'm not moving on my turn, right?
Okay.
Because you did a reaction, so I get the +2 for this attack. I'm going to use a summoning bullet, which is a... Where the fuck is our thing? Okay. Is here. I'm going to attempt to hit it with just a normal attack. And using this bullet, I hope to move one of my friends. Are they adjacent to him?
No.
Within 3 squares.
Oh, within 3 squares. Okay, cool.
It says
okay.
within 3 squares. Yeah,
Okay.
it's yeah, you're onto something here.
Hell yeah. Okay. I'm assuming that my thorn cloud shot would not be very effective because, well, I guess the cloud.
He's gonna be flying
Yeah, he's gonna
around.
fly
That
out
is
of
true.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what? I'll get the damage anyway. So I'm gonna use the swarm, the biting swarm.
All right.
So I get +2 for not moving, and this is going to be a +2 for a level 8 of this summoning bullet.
Okay.
So that's +4. That is, that's a 10 versus AC. I'm gonna re-roll that. I'll use my last action point to re-roll it.
Okay.
Because I don't think 14 is enough to hit him. Assuming. Okay, that's much better.
Yeah, that is better.
Okay.
23 will definitely hit, yeah.
Okay, +4, yes, 27. So it's going to do 14 damage.
Okay.
It's going to take -2 penalty on attack rolls until the start of my next turn.
Okay, I'm gonna indicate that with this green dot.
Okay, and then I'm going to teleport Rakel. Because I think Morabek's going to be fine. Or can be summoned back, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to teleport Rakel.
Between the two of them, I would say Rakel is the one that you would want to move, yes.
Okay, I'm going to move Rakel over here. Is that good? Is that okay with Rakel?
Yeah, Connor, you chime in here.
So the fire breath isn't going to proc until after Rakel's turn.
No,
right?
After my turn.
No, the fire breath is going to proc at the beginning of the dragon's turn, which is next. It procs twice per turn.
Okay.
It procs at the beginning of his turn and when the initiative comes up for the breath weapon.
Okay. So I have moved you. You are not in the fire. Sorry, Morbek. That is my turn.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hope we fall nicely. Is what I'm doing right now.
Morbek might be fine.
Yeah, but if Morbeck isn't fine, then Rakel might not be fine.
Oh, because it will still hit. Lasts
Is this
until
still
you
the
fall
move? Should I still
unconscious.
do this move?
I think you've done the move.
Yes.
Spirit can be targeted by melee or ranged attacks. It cannot be targeted by area attacks, it seems. So
Hey,
he
yo.
will be fine. It
He
says
will be
melee
fine.
or ranged attacks. Very specifically, melee or ranged. This is a blast. Morbek is gonna be fine.
Okay.
All right.
I've done the thing.
I'm just gonna roll it anyway, so you can see how much damage it could do. Oh, that's frightful presence. All right, cool. So that happens, and now it is dragon turn. Dragon turn, dragon turn, dragon turn. Okay.
Not stunned.
Yay. Well, I mean, at the end of your
It's
turn.
the end. Oh.
It's at the end of his turn, yeah. Frightful presence is pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie.
I actually have to play the game normally. Damn it.
So he still has a -2 penalty on attack rolls.
That is pretty good, which means that he should probably attack somebody that's stunned. He's going to fly away from Rakel and provoke an opportunity attack in order to... Oh! Sorry, I forgot I have this. He's doing a flyby attack, which means that he can fly 10 squares and make a melee basic attack at any point during the movement, and not provoke opportunity attacks while moving away from a target.
While moving away from
the
a
target. Right, okay, it's still going to provoke from you then. Okay. It's fine, that's fine. What did you roll on that? A 4? A 9's not going to hit.
What about a 10?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Kid does a 30 hit.
No, far too high. Far too high.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's 5. Yep.
Holy shit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, 5 damage for you, friend. And then he's gonna move his potential fire breath. Oh, who is gonna be the most? Kid, because, well, no. Kid will? Yeah, okay. Ruth, because he doesn't get to move next. Yeah, that's right. Okay, alright. Now the brain is braining. Okay. Yes, alright. Stunned ends on you two, Jamokes.
Yay.
The after effect does take place, and it is save ends. What is the after effect?
-2
-2 to attack.
to our
rolls.
attacks. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Would a 28 hit your AC? Because he did have a -2 to his attack.
Yeah, it still hits.
Still, okay, all right, cool. We're at a level where like that it could be possible. So
Yeah. No, it's actually close. So.
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right, kid, it's your turn now.
Well, Ruthie, sorry. There's literally no. Well.
Your ears are ringing. There's the roar of wind past you, and there's a dragon nearby.
Okay. Okay. He probably has some form of reach. Okay. Kid is going to zip past the gold dragon. He gets an attack of opportunity.
Okay. I'm just gonna hit this one. 19?
That's a miss.
No. 17.
That's a miss.
Carry on. Okay, carry on.
I'm going to lightning lure Ruthie over to me out of the fire.
Yep. Hit me.
Okay.
Wait.
He's just ragdolling through
it's-
the sky, little leggies just going like
Please.
spaghettis.
I mean, you're no longer stunned either. You're just doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He has a lot of
Just
thoughts
checking.
and feelings.
Does a 29 hit you, Ruthie?
Yeah.
Get over
Great.
here, you silly git.
You're gonna pull him here?
Oh.
Yeah, you take 10.
You're
I would
fine.
have taken less damage for the fire.
Actually, you would have taken max is 14. It could have been worth it.
Could have been worse.
I appreciate the help. He yells over the sound of rushing wind.
Well, now I'm going to use a minor action to activate my Promise of Storm.
Okay. What does that do?
It would have given me an extra D6. Here it is. It would have given me, an extra D8 of lightning or thunder damage on my next attack, but instead, because I have a power that grants me strength plus 5 temp HP, which is 10 currently.
Oh, cool.
You know what? I actually might. Sure. I guess. Is my vanish? No, all effects are gone from the last thing, right? Okay.
Yep.
You encounter. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
Okay. Kid, go ahead and try and save.
12.
You save. Rakel, it's your turn.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, recall because you're skydiving, you have an additional 2 movement.
Yes.
Okay. Gonna go park up next to Morbeck again. Get you those defenses.
No, the defenses were only for that turn.
Oh. Okay. Well, still park up next to Morbeck.
12
my
against
God.
his will.
Well, it's worth checking, right? No, but it's closer than it was with the other ones.
Okay.
Okay. Breath weapon
Yes.
procs and moves. Ruthie.
Well, I am no longer stunned. I can fight.
Mm-hmm.
But what moves do I have left? That's the really important one. Because I already did my cut and run. That one's not anything. So most of it is my daily powers that are left, or my free powers.
And you
At
still have
wills.
the after effect of...
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so, but I'm going to charge and get right up on him. And I am going to use my twin strike. So I would get -2 from the fear, but then I get +2 from the charge, so it's just going to be flat.
Evens out.
Evens
Okay.
out. All right, so a 21 versus AC.
They will both hit.
Okay. Sounds good. And then I forgot on the turn where I had the crit, I was supposed to deal an extra 3 damage for my Hunter's Quarry.
Okay, I'll go ahead and put that in.
And then, so the Battle Crazed Hand Axe would do 11, but then I also add 1, so 12.
Okay.
And then the blade is an additional 7. So that one is actually going to deal 13.
Okay. So
12 and 13, 25 total.
12 and 13. Okay.
Yep.
How do you want to do this?
So Ruth was right next to Kid. Kid has just lightning lured him out. So rather than, being smart and skirting around the fire, Ruth is just going to go directly through it. So what Joe sees is that there is like the shadow, there's a shadow within the flames. The flames dissipate, and it's Ruth already in his spinning motion with his blades going. He hits the side of Goldtooth Joe with his axe, which gives him a little bit of a leverage point, and then it is like a sonic spin attack. Like he is just going all along the side of Dragon Joe, just cutting and maiming as best he can. And I think what seals the deal is that as he's cutting along the way, he will slice off one of the wings in a clean motion with that battle-crazed hand axe. To, even if there were a possibility of this dragon not taking damage, the wing has just become maimed to the point of unusable. Which, causes Ruth to shoot off the back of the dragon. But he has just spun completely down its side, like he's using the twin blades in Monster Hunter.
Amazing. Everywhere those blades cut, we see gold coins begin to spill out, as though falling out of a burlap sack. And this dragon now just falls into a nosedive. And trails gold coins behind it that begin to like fall around you, just sort of in this shimmering cloud, casting a dark shadow over the earth beneath you. You watch those coins fall away from the body of Goldtooth Joe, who is, completely made of gold. And then you watch coins begin to fall away from his body as well, as he completely dissipates. And you are still falling. You will have to do something about that.
Kid yells for everyone to gather up on him.
Don't have
He's
to tell
gonna
me
fly
twice.
He's gonna fly into that trail of Tooth Joe's gold, essentially, raking his hands along the gold and making a parachute.
Okay.
Does this say we should make a hot air balloon?
No, I really like the idea of just our way out of this is that we were given a golden parachute.
Yep.
Joe got
We
what he
stole the
wanted.
capitalist's golden parachute.
Yeah.
I
Feels
imagine-
right, man.
It does.
Wings.
Yeah?
I can imagine the scene in like the Sly Cooper splash art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. A shimmering broadcloth ripples and takes the wind, and just by the nature of like the intent of this law, slows you down enough. It's not like normally a parachute would like give you a fairly like large jerk. Like just by the nature of this law, it just slows you down and eases you into a into a hover, into a lazy spiral over the Gold Coast. And the four of you plus Morabek are safely ensconced in I don't know, like you've made like a big old parachute. What's the mechanism that like holds you guys together?
Oh, I just imagine that they're just holding on to Kid, backpacking it.
I'm gonna Groot us together.
I
I grow all of my branches. No, I can't do that.
just Tears of the Kingdom logic. Like, Ruth is using parts of the gold to, like, form, like, a platform underneath them
platform
to
underneath,
connect.
Shoot a
yeah.
slate out.
Yeah, to, like, connect onto the parachute so that way we can all just stand on the platform and just have it steadily go down.
This is like Howl's Moving Castle vibes, like right at the end where
Yeah.
it's just like, you know, a plank of wood and like 2 chicken legs.
Yep.
Like it's a plank of wood that you guys like can all sort of like rest easy on, like for the first time since the fight began. You are no longer threatened.
It's the villager up. Oh no, Isabel Uppy, where it's the swing essentially. So, what are y'all gonna do after this?
Just
Yep, me too.
I got hungry for lunch. I've been hankering some beans.
I could do with some beans.
Well, have I got just the endless supply.
Are you all right, Ruthie?
I think for the first time in a long time, watching all this wealth trickle down to the lands below the way that it should be,
And
I'm
beans.
feeling okay.
You gotta give it a twist around the outside first so it loosens its grip.
It's an endless bag of beans. Kids just tipping it over the side and watching it go.
Right.
Dropping beans along with,
With
gold
gold.
coins. Yeah.
They'll never be hungry again.
And what is the greater curse? We will never know.
It's the beans.
It's the beans. Do you realize how old those beans are?
Chapman's older than most of y'all.
And as we are nearing the end of this session, is there anything that we want to close out on?
What time of day was it?
I want to say that it was like midday when you went into the cave. So at this point, it could be sunset for a nice golden hour twilight.
Yeah. I think now that they're like stationed on their platform as it's going down, Ruth will put his arms around his party and turn as they watch the sunset glistening upon the ocean of the Gold Coast.
All right. Well, I think that's where we'll end it for today. And we'll figure out an epilogue another time.
Sounds good. Wings, I would like to say, first and foremost, thank you for running this absolutely fantastic game. I don't just mean this session, although this session was incredible. You taught us 4th edition. You did a great job. I'm very pleased with it. I couldn't have asked for a better GM through this entire experience. Wings, thank you so much for running this game. Where can we find you? What do you do?
Oh gosh, you guys know where you can find me. Thank you for playing it. This was a great time. I loved every minute of it. And you guys surprised and delighted me. That's it for me. DnD.com.
Hello, everybody. My name is RJ. You can catch me at RJustice282 on all the socials. Press the circle button to jump. I'm doing things everywhere. Tomorrow over at the High Shelf Collective, we're playing Heart the City Beneath. Saturdays over at G Game Nights, and that's it so far. Oh, hey, by the by, Thursdays, we're coming back on the Hobgoblin, so come check us out when we get that post live. DnD.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm LBHackEmUp. You can find me at LBHackEmUp on Blue Sky and on Instagram. I am Hack Recklessly on Twitch and on YouTube, where we just hit 300 followers on YouTube. That's amazing. We're at 700 on Twitch, so that's crazy too. But the next time I'm going to be live is on Wednesday, Lost Minds of Fandelver and beyond, where we are planning an engagement party. Some things may happen at this engagement party. And good news, Bishop is no longer a virgin. It's happened, guys. Spoiler. You get to be on Thursday on Credit Chronicles, where we will be playing Tales of the Valiant. And on Friday, I think I'm playing by myself. I'm playing a game on stream by myself. So I'll figure out something. I might just do Rivals with friends because I like that game and it's fun. And then we'll be back on Sunday for more fun stuff. I think we're doing our liminal horror game this week, which I'll post about it on my Blue Sky. So just look at all that stuff for that. That's me, DanaeKeener.com.
Oi. I'm Cyber. You can find me at cyberwolf1201.com, both the website and on Blue Sky. I also stream on Cyberwolf1201, and I'm here on the Sunday game whenever we are actually able to play that, and I am actually able to fulfill my duties as the Dungeon Rizzler. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. We do shows like this. Well, we'll have an epilogue for this show at some Monday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And as Cyber was saying, we're doing our best to put on Planescape, but man alive is scheduling the true monster at the end of that dungeon. We are going to still be doing our best to put that on at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time when we can. But for now, we are going to be heading out to our Patreon-supported after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk, feel free to again join us at patreon.com/Indoor Adventures. But until then, I would like to once again say, Danae, thank you so much for running this absolutely fantastic game. Thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. And of course, thank you to these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see you all next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.